Hello, fellow humans. My name is Aaron Draplin, 44 years old. I'm a graphic designer. Here we are in my shop in Portland, Oregon, in the great Pacific Northwest in America. First and foremost, I like things that work. I like things that aren't really susceptible to style or susceptible to sort of what's cool, in 2018. I like things that, might have been made in 1968 because the principles are sound and still work all these years later. That's really interesting to me because I'm trying to make my own little way, which might be a mix of looking all the way back in the past, how that stuff could feel fresh again today. There's just things that you'll see out there that still work. There's lessons there. So I try to mine those things, learn from it, cherish, what set of restraints that designer had 50 years ago. The idea that we have a million typefaces, a million colors, and yet you take a look at the restraints of some designer from 50 years ago and they had 1/1,000,000th the firepower, but yet the stuff was that much more effective. Well, there's something there. I come from this Polish pack rat dad who, one of his quotes is he just wanted one of everything. In his garage, he had a ton of stuff. And as a kid, I just had this appreciation for, things that someone would have, considered old. There's beauty in those things. There's beauty in the places that you don't see. And the idea that when you go out and you're looking at the item, in some antique mall, you turn that box over and all the little data that no one ever thinks about, who made the box or where it's from or where it was produced, that's just as valid. And you'll see incredible logos and type and things there. And it's like, see, that's this idea of the overlooked. There's beauty to be had there. And I apply that somehow to the way I make a logo for a new brand. I really nerd out and try to apply that to all those things with the same sort of force, right? More and more and more of the work I do, it's just a Dropbox link that you send to someone, they download it, and it becomes something sometimes only digital. But when you get to see it, that Dropbox link get downloaded, burnt into some little plate, and ink hit the paper, there's just something like really, primitive about that creation. All right, here's some tips and tricks when you're actually printing in a facility to keep in mind. Number one, be nice. Don't go storming into a place like you own the joint, like you're the most important thing on that press, because you're not. Number two, you have to kind of go in there, believing that those printers, they want to make a nice piece for you. They want to work with you to get that thing great. If it comes down to being nice. Last but not least, number three, savor the process. These machines are bringing your work to life, and that's a pretty cool thing. It's rare, Things are getting faster and faster. Slow it down and see that dot hit the paper. It's a pretty special thing. Yeah. Enjoy that.